Hello bookies, welcome back to another edition of CB Book Club. With the state of emergency still underway, and perhaps for an extended period of time, we figured that another featured author won't hurt. Today we get into a little spirituality, as we feature a beautiful book that looks at faith, adversity, and triumph. Today's author is Mrs. Allison McKenzie, and we're very happy to have her joining us. Welcome to our show, Mrs. McKenzie.
Thank you for having me.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, considering what we're going through right now.
Great. Mrs. McKenzie, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm married. I have 3 grown daughters, all professionals in their own field. I've worked in the public service many years, over 30 years actually. I've moved up the ranks, and presently I'm the Director of Youth Services. I must say that my happy moment in life is while writing, and I'm working in my last year, and so I intend to continue writing. Actually, I'm eager to do so.
Great. We look forward to seeing all the writing that will you do in life after retirement. So, Mrs. McKenzie, when did you realize that you liked writing? From you were a teenager, or is it something that happened later in life?
As a child, I grew up in a home where everybody had a book in their hand, so I didn't have any other choice but to pick up one of those books and start to read. And so I've always been an avid reader, and it is a dream come true for me to have published a book.
We learned that most of the authors that we have on this show, they are readers which they fostered into becoming writers. Did you always know that you wanted to publish a book?
Certainly. I certainly knew that I wanted to publish a book. I've been playing around with writing as a child. I've always known that someday that I would write something that would make a difference in the life of somebody. I've read so many books, and it have helped shape my life, and so I wanted to do the same.
So you have a very interesting book. Very interesting. Many social issues is in your book. Can you tell our viewers about Faith's turbulent journey?
Okay. For reassurance, these scenarios in the book are all fiction. However, it started in the 70s when the British forces were here in Belize. They were here in full force, and their interaction with Belizean women were well known. May not have been documented, but well known indeed. It's a journey of faith that evolved in Belize and moved on to the US. A story of a young, naive Christian girl traveling not only alone, but for the first time. And so Faith's Turbulent Journey is a book that covers everything from growing up poor in Belize to a world of drugs, imprisonment, rape, sexuality, prejudice, a dark world, and of course romance, all submerged in a turbulent journey deeply rooted in a strong faith in God.
So, like you said, your book covers many social issues, faith, discrimination, which are common in our society that we live in today. What was the message that you wish to get out? What did you want to leave readers with after reading your book?
The unspoken issue of colorism. It is there, but it's hardly spoken of in Belize, but it's there. We cannot separate the often painful stereotypes of colorism. So to combat it, we need to speak about it, and in my case, write about it.
It was very creative to showcase the power of faith in the manner you did, opposed to prayer books that may appeal to a less diverse audience. Can you share feedback you'd received from non-believers?
Well, the readers generally found it to be an awesome book. They loved it. It was a page turner. Most of them said they couldn't put it down. It delved into many issues. It is attractive to both believers and non-believers.
Who were some of the Belizean authors that inspired you, Ms. McKenzie?
I was greatly inspired by C. Edgel's books, Becca Lamb, In Times Like These. I guess most Belizean grew up on those books, and I certainly loved them. I was motivated by my English teacher in sixth form, who was Sir Colville Young at the time, who used to say to me, don't try to impress me with big words, write in plain, clear English. And so his book, Pataki Full, I love that very much also.
Great. So before you leave us, you have to participate in somewhat tradition at CB's book club. You need to recommend a few must-reads to our viewers.
Sure. Must read is Faith's Turbulent Journey. Along with that, my favorite author is Chimamanda Adichie. Her book Americana and Half of a Yellow Sun. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Lovely book. And of course, Maya Angelou. Currently, I'm reading Becoming by Michelle Obama. There are so many great books, so little time.
And is there any Belizean books that you like to recommend?
People should get back into C. Edgel's books. I love C. Edgel's books. I would read them over anytime.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. McKenzie, for joining us. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your full day at home to join us and talk to us about your book that I believe that everyone should pick up because it is a really good story. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
With that said, we are at the end of another edition of CB's Book Club. Remember, if you missed any of our episodes, be sure to check us out on Facebook at Colorblind Multimedia Productions. And if you are an author or you know of one, feel free to email us at info@colorblind.bz. We will surely get back to you. With that said, guys, thank you. Keep reading, keep safe, and stay inside.